Angels are a concrete concept derived from absolute truth that has become muddled over the centuries. So let's demuddle and demystify the concept for edification. The most common use of the word angel comes from the Hebrew word malak. It is also interchangeable with the words for messenger and king, as early kings were thought to communicate directly with God, and the word malak was also attributed to some prophets and teachers. However, these uses of the word do not tell us what an angel is in a way that lends us understanding today. There are two main categories of spiritual beings that we call angels today, so now we will clarify. The type of angel that we should call angels are the angels who used to walk on the temporal earth as humans. They have gone through 4 of the 7 stations listed in the 70 scriptures that were hidden in 2nd Esdras. A more in-depth breakdown of these stations and these types of angels is revealed in the Book of Remembrance of our ancient grandmothers. The second type of spiritual being that we call angels is actually a bit of a misnomer. We should call them watchers. They are mentioned and called as such in Daniel chapter 4 in the Bible. The Hebrew word used is eer. It means watcher. Many times on this channel you have heard me refer to the holy watchers as the Ir Kodeshi. But did you know this is actually a biblical term? The translators were just a bit off in their translations. Daniel 4 verse 13 says, "I saw in the visions of my head upon my bed, and behold, a watcher and an holy one came down from heaven." Well, watcher is Ir, and holy one is Kaddish. This is literally talking about an Ir Kodeshi. You can also find this specific group of spiritual beings spoken about in the Book of Jubilees as the watchers of the presence. The holy watchers, or the Ir Kodeshi, are referred to as angels. But this is misleading because they are not people who have gone through the first of the 4 stations, but they are spirits that were created to be the home for mankind as they comprise the elements of creation. They are grouped and banded together in various and broad ways, but there are essentially 24 categories of them. They are the rocks, the dew, the grass, the animals, the trees, the fruit of the trees, the hills, the mountains, the fountains, the rivers, the oceans, the rain, the clouds, the thunder, the wind, the fire, the sun, the moon, the divisions that create the calendar. They are the 4 seasons, and they are even the stars in the sky. These are the holy watchers who we call the Ir Kodeshi. Now you might wonder why they began to be referred to as angels in the first place. I believe this was done to distinguish between the Ir Kodeshi and the Decadarchi. The Decadarchi are the fallen watchers that are mentioned in Genesis chapter 6. They were also created to be our home, but they left their first estate as mentioned in the 6th verse of Jude. They are meteorites, copper, coal, phosphorus, marble, petroleum, comets, generated electricity, the law of man, meteor, iron, sulfur, mercury, uranium, fermentation, arsenic, lead, steel, gold that is worn for adornment, aluminum, and tomb writing. These are what are known as fallen watchers, the Decadarchi. By extension, they are called fallen angels, but as we have discussed, they are not angels in the truest sense of the word, but they are watchers. All of the watchers once had the same agency that we have now. The holy watchers have severed themselves in righteousness, and they can no longer sin. But the fallen watchers have severed themselves in wickedness, and they can no longer repent. I pray that you were edified by this short clarification on the topic of angels.